I will say though, I'll be 60 this year. I'm a little like Tony Randall having kids. I will say that there's times when I go, when like they say, okay, now we're gonna, hop like a frog all the way to bed. And I'm like, I'll hop a few. But I might not make it all the way to the bedroom with it. So,
I'll hop right in, George. You really caused a big problem, and you know that, and I think you understand it. That Flowbees aren't available anymore.
Oh, I know.
Years ago, I bought a thing called a Flowbee, which when we
You
were
did not.
when I was a kid, yeah.
The infomercial, the Flowbee.
This ingenious device lets you give yourself and family perfect haircuts every time.
So why would you throw that out there? And do you really use a Flowbee?
Yeah. It requires two plugs because one's the vacuum and one's the trimmer. Yeah. I believe me, my wife, I think a few years ago when she first saw me using it, she came in, she heard this sound. It sounds like a hurricane. And she goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm cutting my hair." Yeah, I know. I should have bought stock in the company before I said anything. I screwed up.
Yeah. Does she let you put that thing near the kids at all?
No, but I do cut my son's hair.
What?
Yeah, I have to cut his hair. Not with a Flowbee though. But I have to cut his hair because it's I want him to be able to see. But yeah, listen. We're all doing all kinds of stuff just to get through.
It's crazy. Was this movie different for you now that you have your children? And for me, I just thought about, like, at the time this movie is set in is right when my children will be growing to adulthood. And I'm like, oh, damn, this is a situation.
In our galaxy alone, there are billions of stars. At least one of them has the potential to support life.
Well, yeah. I mean, certainly the idea of, when you're having children, it makes you infinitely even more aware of the idea that what we're leaving them and what legacy we're leaving them, and whether we're going to deny science or whether we're going to have a world of divisiveness and anger and hatred, and not just in this country, all around the world, and what those elements can lead to if they're allowed to fester. So, I certainly am aware of that and was aware of it when I was telling the story. It's not something that I wasn't aware of without having children, but it gets sort of put on steroids when you have kids.
Yeah. What did your kids think of that beard? And what was it like once being the sexiest man alive and then putting on that father time beard?
Not once being sexy, let's be clear, twice being sexy.
Twice, right?
Let's
not mess up, right?
Well, my wife and my daughter were really happy to see it go. My son, he liked it because there were things, I would go to work after playing with the kids in the morning. I'd go to work and I'd be sitting there and, about to do a scene, and I'd go like this. I reach in and there'd be like a popsicle stick in my beard, not like a note that says, "I love you, Papa," like, something gooey.
George, I find that once you have your kids, you find out this is the greatest thing. I wish I had done more and earlier. Do you feel that way now?
Well, I guess not. Since I met my wife, it's probably best that I did it with when I met my wife. So,
good point.
I will say though, I'll be 60 this year. I'm a little like Tony Randall having kids. I will say that there's times when I go, when like they say, okay, now we're gonna, hop like a frog all the way to bed. And I'm like, I'll hop a few. But I might not make it all the way to the bedroom with it. So,
Hey, making this movie, I heard that there was a fitness trainer that the folks who did the spacewalking, they really worked out. Did you ever think of joining in?
No, I was really, I'd lost about 25 pounds for this. So I was pretty weak. I didn't need a fitness trainer, at that point. I was just trying to, trying to stay in that spot, which is not eating. And, it's a lot harder the older you get to do those things, to transform yourself in a way.
Amen. So
it gets trickier. It gets really easy to put weight on and a lot harder to take it off.
There you go. Ain't that the truth? Hey, how was Iceland, and how was it filming the scenes in the brutal cold?
Well, first of all, Iceland is just one of the most amazing places on earth. And again, it's an interesting thing. Anybody who wants to sort of talk about climate change and deny it, go to the places that are the front lines of this. You know, those glaciers are melting at an insane rate. Go to the Maldives, it's sinking, you know, and the water. You know, the places that are on the front lines will really tell you that. And you feel that from everyone in Iceland. But boy, it's a beautiful place to be. And it was rough to shoot, as you can imagine. We were out on this glacier and it's cold and you know, you're waiting for the wind because it's really clear. It's as clear as day. It's a beautiful day. And so those aren't those aren't snowstorms. Those are windstorms that are kicking up the snow. So you see it coming like a dust bowl that's coming towards you. And you're like, go, here we go. Everybody get together. And we're all tied to one another because you could lose each other. Literally. You can see your hand in front of your face. So we're tied to each other and I've got a hold of Kaylin's hand. And there you go. And here it comes, ready. And you just go, "Arr!" And then it just comes blasting like a tornado through you.
That is crazy. Hey, what are you looking forward to in 2021? To get 2020 behind you, what are you looking forward to in 2021 besides that big birthday?
Yeah, I'm not looking for, you never look forward to 60. The alternative is dead, so I'll take it. But, you know, well, look, I feel like we all should be looking forward to the idea that there is light at the end of this tunnel. You know, there's 2, 3, you know, if the Johnson & Johnson vaccine comes in, we're going to have 4 vaccines probably by late spring, early summer. We'll be getting a lot more people vaccinated than just the essential workers who've been amazing. So there is light at the end of this tunnel, and you know, you just want everybody to hang in there, and you know, it's tough and it's brutal and all of those things, and it's tough on the economy and it's all of that. And the government should help out for everyone who's having a difficult time. But it's like you're swimming 9/10 away across the ocean. You don't turn around and start swimming the other way back. We're close. And when we're there, we're gonna, you know, we'll be able to be in the same room again, and you know,
Which would be fantastic.
we'll be back at school, and we'll be having, and we'll be all together, and you'll be able to see your family, and I'll be able to spend time with my mom and dad.
Yeah.
Looking forward to.
Hey, one last quick question. I'm married to a civil rights attorney. You're married to an international civil rights attorney. Do you sometimes look at your wife and be like, damn, how is she so much smarter than me?
Oh, I don't have to even, you know, everyone tells me that before I even have to say it. Yeah, no, listen, I will tell you that she's gorgeous and funny and all the things that people sort of, you know, throw to the side and talk about her intelligence, but she's the smartest person in the room, in every room she walks in. And I'm always very proud to be standing next to her.